know his name. You may have heard he's rich. Very rich. But here's the twist. He still lives in the same house he bought in 1958. He eats McDonald's for breakfast. And he drives his own used car to work. No security team. No fancy lifestyle. Just Warren. But don't let that fool you. Warren Buffett is one of the richest and most respected investors the world has ever known. From selling chewing gum door to door to building an 800+ billion empire, he's not just about money. He's about wisdom, patience, and principles. This is the true story of the man they call the Oracle of Omaha. A story of discipline, humility, and how you can become powerful, even if you start small. Let's begin. End Part 1, The Billionaire Next Door, Part 2. Early life, born during the Great Depression. Warren Edward Buffett was born on August 30th, 1930, in Omaha, Nebraska, right in the middle of the Great Depression, a time when people lost everything. His father, Howard Buffett, was a stockbroker and a U.S. congressman. His mother, Layla, was strong and strict. Even though Warren was born into a middle-class family, money was always a topic at home, not because they had too much, but because they knew the value of every penny. Warren didn't play with toys like other kids. At age 6, he was already obsessed with numbers, and instead of cartoons, he read financial books. One day, he told a friend, "I will be a millionaire by the time I'm 30. And spoiler alert, he kept his word. Part 3. First business, cans, Coke, and cold cash. Warren's first job, selling chewing gum door to door at age 6. Later, he sold Coca-Cola bottles. Then, he picked up used golf balls and resold them. Then came newspapers, delivering hundreds every morning before school. But young Warren wasn't just working. He was tracking everything. He'd write down what he earned, what he spent, and what he saved. He even filed his first tax return at age 14, deducting his bicycle as a business expense. Who does that? Warren Buffett does. Part 4. Teen Investor. Stocks at age 11. At age 11, Warren bought his first stock, 3 shares of City Service Preferred, for $38 each. The price dropped to $27. He panicked. But then, it rose to $40, and he sold. He made a small profit. But days later, the stock rose to $200. That mistake? It taught him a lesson he'd never forget. The stock market is designed to transfer money from the impatient to the patient. Part 5. College and rejection. A billionaire who was told no. Warren went to the University of Nebraska, finishing college early. He then applied to Harvard Business School and got rejected. Ouch. Most people would quit. But not Warren. He found out that his investing hero, Benjamin Graham, taught at Columbia University. So he applied there and got in. Studying under Graham changed Warren's life forever. Part 6. The Mentor. Learning from the Master. Benjamin Graham wasn't just a professor. He was the father of value investing, a strategy that looks for undervalued companies with strong fundamentals. Graham taught Warren how to think long-term, avoid emotional decisions, buy businesses, not just stocks. Warren once said, "The best investment you can make is in yourself. The more you learn, the more you earn." That's not just a quote. It's a mindset. Part 7. Starting Small. Buffett Partnership Limited. In 1956, Warren started his first investment firm, Buffett Partnership Limited. He had just over $100 of his own money and raised funds from family and friends. He didn't promise fast returns. He promised care, discipline, results over time. By the end of the 1960s, Buffett had multiplied people's money many times over. And he was just getting started. Part 8. Berkshire Hathaway. From Textiles to Titan. Buffett bought a failing textile company called Berkshire Hathaway in 1965. It was a mistake, but instead of walking away, he used it as a holding company to buy other businesses. Slowly, Berkshire turned into an empire. Buffett didn't just buy stocks. He bought entire companies like Geico, Insurance, See's Candies, Dairy Queen, BNSF Railway, Fruit of the Loom, and later, stakes in Coca-Cola, Apple, and more. Every purchase had to follow one rule: only invest in businesses you understand. Part 9. Patience is power. Slow and steady wins. Buffett isn't flashy. He doesn't chase trends. He doesn't jump in and out of trades. Instead, he waits and waits. And when the moment is right, he strikes. This is called value investing. It's not about making money fast. It's about making money right. And that's a lesson all English learners can apply. Don't rush to speak fast. Speak right. Don't try to impress. Try to improve. Part 10. Simple language, big ideas. Warren Buffett is famous for something rare in finance: plain English. He doesn't use big, confusing words. He talks like your neighbor. His annual letters to shareholders are read by people all over the world, not just because he's rich, but because he's clear, funny, and real. This makes him a perfect example for English learners. If Warren can explain billions of dollars in simple words, you can learn to speak clearly too. Part 11. Mistakes and losses. Even the wise get it wrong. Warren Buffett is brilliant, but not perfect. He's made some big mistakes, like buying Dexter Shoe Company, which ended up being worthless. He paid with Berkshire stock, which would later be worth billions. He also admitted to missing out on companies like Google, Amazon, Microsoft. His response? I was too dumb to realize it at the time. Buffett's honesty about failure teaches us something powerful. You don't have to be perfect. You just need to learn, adjust, and keep moving. Part 12. The billionaire lifestyle. Not what you think you'd think the world's fifth richest man lives like a king. Wrong. Warren still lives in his modest Omaha home, bought for $31,500 in 1958. He drives a used car, drinks cherry Coke, and eats burgers and ice cream. He doesn't have a yacht. He doesn't wear designer suits. And he has no personal bodyguards. Why? Because money doesn't control him. He controls money. If you buy things you don't need, soon you'll have to sell things you do need. Now, that's a lifestyle lesson worth learning. Part 13. Philanthropy, giving it all away. Here's something most billionaires won't do. Warren Buffett has pledged to give away 99% of his fortune to charity. In 2006, he joined forces with Bill and Melinda Gates to launch the Giving Pledge, asking the world's wealthiest to donate most of their wealth. So far, he's donated more than $50 billion, making him one of the greatest philanthropists in history. But he doesn't brag. He doesn't want fame. He just believes in doing the right thing. If you're in the luckiest 1% of humanity, you owe it to the rest to think about the other 99%. Part 14. Warren and Bill Gates. A friendship of giants. Warren met Bill Gates in 1991. At first, Gates didn't even want to go. He thought Buffett would be boring. But they clicked. Big time. They talked for hours about math, business, and life. Since then, they've become best friends, playing bridge together, writing letters, and working to end poverty and disease. Even with all their success, they lift each other up and stay humble. It's proof that real friendship isn't about status. It's about values. Part 15. Famous quotes that teach deep lessons. Warren isn't just a businessman. He's a teacher. His words are simple, but they carry big truths. Be fearful when others are greedy, and greedy when others are fearful. It takes 20 years to build a reputation and 5 minutes to ruin it. Someone is sitting in the shade today because someone planted a tree a long time ago. Each quote is a mini life lesson, perfect for English learners, because they're easy to remember and full of wisdom. Part 16. Buffett's 10 investing rules. Made simple. Warren's approach to money is slow, smart, and safe. Here are 10 key rules. Don't lose money. Don't forget, rule number 1. Invest in what you understand. Be patient. Ignore the crowd. Avoid debt. Think long term. Look for strong leadership. Stay humble. Never stop learning. No shortcuts. No hype. Just real discipline. Part 17. What he tells young people. Buffett often speaks to students, and here's what he tells them. Read. Every day. Choose your friends wisely. Avoid toxic habits. Invest in yourself, your health, your knowledge, and your communication skills. He believes anyone, from a small town or big city, can succeed with the right attitude. The most important investment you can make is in yourself. Part 18. What English learners can learn from him. Even though Buffett speaks English fluently, he had to work hard to become a great communicator. In fact, he once had a fear of public speaking and took a class to overcome it. English learners can follow the same path. Practice speaking. Read out loud. Keep learning, even 15 minutes a day. Like investing, progress takes time. But every word you learn is like adding money to your savings. Part 19. If Warren Buffett were you? If Warren Buffett were born in your shoes today, in a small town, with little money, learning English, what would he do? He'd study free content online, read books every day, avoid debt, be patient, speak clearly, even if slowly, help others build trust. He wouldn't try to go viral. He'd try to get better every single day. Part 20. Inspiring closing. Your future, your rules. Let's end where we began. Warren Buffett, the billionaire who eats McDonald's, who drives an old car, who gives away his fortune, who still lives in the same house. He didn't get lucky. He got focused. He read. He saved. He invested. He waited. And now, millions of people look to him, not just for money advice, but for life advice. So what about you? You may be learning English today. You may not have much money yet. You may feel behind. But that doesn't matter. Because you have something Warren Buffett had at the start: a curious mind, a humble heart, and a chance to build your own future, one step at a time. Start where you are, speak with clarity, read with purpose, and live with principles. You don't have to be Warren Buffett. You just have to be you, but a little wiser each day. This is your voice, your future, and your